Hey, what it do, y'all? This your girl, Miss Danny, baby. Back one more again with another video. Here, I'm about to talk about something real crazy. I was just thinking, hopefully this video will be short, but y'all, I was thinking about the topic of, with all this talk about narcissism and human vampires going around, and I know that's a real phenomenon. You can't tell me any different, especially in the age of the internet where people have more access to other people like in no other time in recorded history. People can affect other people like really well. And one of the things that I realized is that when we're talking about people extracting energy out of other people, one of the main things that's brought up is the fact that women are considered like people that take energy from others, and they seduce men, and they're what's the word, seductresses, and there are a lot of women with that type of energy. Like, I'll give you an example. Remember the sister, what was her name? Aaliyah, with her pretty self. Let me see if I got her picture. 1 second. Okay, here we go. I found it. You guys see this picture of Aaliyah when she was in that vampire movie, like not long before she died, and she played in the movie Queen of the Damned. You guys get a chance, if you haven't seen it, check it out. But she, not only was she a vampire, not only was she, possessing this extreme dark energy and bloodthirst and whatnot, but the main vibration that you got from the movie is that she was a very strong seductress. Like, she could make men do her bidding. And that's kind of like what we hear. That's why the whore archetype is not liked very much. Not because the woman is given, vagina. She's not given, she's selling her wares at her own free will, which is her business and her choice. And actually these days I have a lot more respect for a woman that commands what she feels she's worth for her sexual energy, as opposed to a woman that's just getting got out here and giving her sexual energy for free to men that don't appreciate. If you're just being used like a slut bucket, this dude and that dude is hitting it and quitting it, and you ain't getting nothing out of it but a wet ass, I think that's super dumb. But that's a conversation for another day. And again, like I said, the older I get and the more I reflect on these ideas, some of those real conservative, very staunch views that you may have had, years before, can be subject to change. However, today, and that said, when we're talking about in the female form, we're talking about a succubus. A succubus is like what they call a female demon that's taking the sexual energy of men, and a lot of times they're victimized and they don't want it, but she takes it in any way to empower herself. Now, back to the subject at hand. I'm talking about the male demon, and the male demon is called an incubus. And I think this type of energy gets overlooked way too much. That's why in the era of the Me Too movement, a lot of people are like clutching their invisible pearls, because, this is like a taboo subject that we really shouldn't be talking about. We shouldn't be talking about, the popular or handsome man that's womanizing and that's taking sexual energy from women, either overtly or covertly, and is just getting away with it over and over and over and over. See, that whore over there, the whore archetype and the succubus, she'll be put on blast real quick, but the man is kind of like shooed away, or it's kind of overlooked, because that is a power that people generally, even if they don't say it, they're comfortable with that man possessing that power. And I say to you in this video, it's very dangerous. And I think that we need to be more aware of the images that are being put in front of us, and have been for years, especially in the age of hip hop, rap, and even R&B. There's a lot of incubus energy. I'm not thinking incubus, I think incubate. Like that person is putting something inside of you, whether it's obviously physical, which is sperm to get you pregnant, or we could be talking about spiritual, where that person's putting their energy inside of you, which can come via the form of sperm and sex and the penis, but also mind control. And I'm telling you, y'all, we've been had. In rap culture, hip hop culture, R&B, just a lot of things and images that we see in so-called black entertainment. Black women, and now other women, it's not just black women, but black women specifically have been hypnotized, and they were none the wiser. Okay, that's why we're so comfortable, and have been so comfortable with abusive lyrics, because a lot of times the abusive lyrics are intertwined and sprinkled with a lot of sexual energy. And that's how these incubus / demons / sexual narcissists get through. And again, I'm not saying that there are not women on a sexually demonic energy type tip where she's just out to use and abuse, but it's not as pervasive or celebrated like it is in the male. Now this picture here is just some imagery, but to just give you a little history on, and it could be any color male. I mean, there are images going back in old folklore. As you can see here, this cartoon-like image of what looks like a fairy type European race demon, and he's like he's an incubus. And as you can see here, that the penis is extremely large, and it looks almost like it looks like a projectile. Like it's a straight murder a bitch, and she's gonna be like seriously in some danger if she were to have sex with an entity like that. Now I'm gonna try to keep this video as clean as possible, but to just drive home the point of the danger of being possessed. And when I say possessed, I'm not talking about on some exorcist type shit. I'm talking about in the form of being taken over mentally, spiritually, and emotionally by another person or another entity, and they're getting in by using your sexual power, and actually just binding you in a sexually abusive way. And it's very common in hip hop and rap. But like I was saying, a history, there's, it goes back even in religious times. And I'll link the link. This is like a little Wikipedia article, but even in ancient times and biblical times, there's talk of like entities coming from another realm down to sleep with the human females, to have the human females do their bidding. They force them to bear children. And think about, when you think about the hip hop industry and you think about R&B, what are these artists constantly talking about? Impregnating females and throwing their backs out. And when you impregnate a female, a woman, it causes major disruption in her life. And you can check out my last video that I did, or 2 videos ago, about pregnancy and not to be a fool when you're considering pregnancy. Just check that video out. Yeah, I just dropped that like a day ago. But back to the incubus. The incubus in folklore, there were many like demons. Let me see if I can stretch this screen out. I don't know if it's gonna let me here. Hold on just a second. Okay, I've stretched out the screen here, but like the incubus, like here, is telling you that they were thought to be demons who had sexual relations with women, producing a child with the woman. And the succubi, by contrast, were demons that were thought to have intercourse with men. But think about it, even if you're talking about on a demonic level, the woman, even if the man is abused in this way, the woman has more to lose because she is the one that gets pregnant. So she's forced to sacrifice even more. She's not just doing the demon's bidding, she's actually forced to carry other life by him. And it's saying that if you read this article, it tells you how the energy is transmitted through the semen. Talks about vampire energy. Like I said before, so some sources indicate that it may be identified by its unnaturally large and cold penis. What do a lot of rappers and R&B artists talk about when they're giving us the music? They're talking about how they can do it to you so well, how they can put it down. They're enticing you with sexual energy. And you have to be careful with that, ladies. There's nothing wrong with sexual energy or sexual intercourse and making love to a man that you adore and that you love. But if you let that cat inside your mental sphere too much, and he's an untrustworthy male, this will actually cause bondage and cause you to be damaged in a lot of ways. And for the abusive type of person, that's the intent, to break you down. Because if they're operating on a demonic frequency, they want submissives, persons and people that they can make lower than themselves. And that's the basic nature of a narcissist. They want to break other people down and to cause chaos and big disturbances in their life. This other lady that I watched recently, she even mentioned the fact that, you know, for the abusive male dealing with a woman, his whole goal is in life, and I'm talking about the abusive male, I'm not just talking about a random good dude, but the abusive male, his whole goal is to just get you pregnant and or to cause chaos, like financial chaos inside of your life. So think about that. And when we're thinking about demons and male entities that are of a malevolent nature that want to create chaos and havoc, and one of the ways, like I mentioned, is to create a lot of children in women, because they feel like they're spreading their energy. You know, that's what a demon wants to do, to spread his chaotic energy. Think of some of the ones that we know of when you compare it to the human form, like Future. This cat is well known for his desire to, he impregnates women, but as soon as he's done that, it's like, oh, my job here is done. So he leaves them. It doesn't matter how amazing the woman is either. Look how he did Miss Sierra. This fool, I mean, he got her pregnant, promised her the moon and the stars, and then after he got her pregnant, it was like a wrap. It was a total wrap. He literally lost interest. Now, if she was one of those ratchet baby mama types that didn't know any better and was willing to let him have continuous access to her body and to her womb without any strings attached, and you know, they keep on making babies as long as she's willing to put up with it, he'd have been down with that. But like the demon that we spoke of, the incubus, you know, it's like his job is done. And there's so many different examples. One is this demon called the Traco. This hideous creature, I'm gonna say something that's gonna sound crazy, but he's like a troll. Look at him. This picture here. He's like a troll from an island south of Chile, the country. And in folklore, he wanted young and middle-aged women. And it tells you right here. Let's see. He wanted young and middle-aged women. He lived in the woods. And he had extreme sexual potency. And he just like used his magical attraction, despite how ugly he was, to have women sleep with him. And this is very prevalent when we talk about the hip-hop industry and even R&B. Because another one that I would consider a troll, this is not even trying to be funny, or maybe I am. Let me pull this picture up. You'll know what I'm talking about. Hold on. Let me get him. Look it. If that don't look like a goblin or what? And this is another male that is excited to create a lot of children, ain't married, nan bitch, and think about it, the women that have been associated with him. Even though he's a millionaire and he can pay plenty of child support, and some of these girls, you know, in the hood be getting got by niggas that can't even give them no money. But even when you're talking about celebrity men, like in the hip-hop industry, if you're a girl that's considered having something to be proud of and got a head on your shoulders supposedly, and you're going places, attaching yourself to someone like this, it tears you down. It actually does. Think of Lauren London. That was a pretty girl. She still is pretty. But look at the backlash that she received when she had a baby by Lil Wayne. She basically had to have her little boy in captivity and hide him because she didn't want, and I understand that to a degree with a lot of celebrities. They hide their children because they don't want their children to be scrutinized. But I think it was more than that for Lauren London. I think that she didn't want people coming for her harder than they already was, because she had a baby by a known sperm donator of the likes of Lil Wayne. And he didn't care. He'd have one girl pregnant and then be fucking the next bitch. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to sit here all holier than thou you know, like I'm one that has not engaged in sexual enjoyment with a man, but the types that are promoted for women, like I showed you the demon, his focus was virgins, young and middle-aged women. So he was going for everybody. And then once he had his way and got the girl to do his bidding or got her pregnant, then he's basically tossed her ass, but in the same vein, she's spoiled. Like, remember the daddy in The Color Purple when he was trying to sell his daughter to Mr.? He said, how did he put that to him? He's like, but she's spoiled now twice, but I expect you know that. That ain't even funny, but it was because he'd gotten her pregnant twice. So they know that if they're not good men and they impregnate you with this demon seed, it lowers your value. So the point in all this, not trying to be raunchy or anything like that, but women, protect that womb. I can't say that. If I have to say it in every friggin' video, the rest of the videos I do for the rest of 2018, 2019, all the way to 2030, I don't give a damn. I want you guys to realize the power and the importance that you wield, because you are the child bearer. So you cannot allow demonic energy within you, because it's going to throw you off course. Men's semen holds energy. It really does. On a metaphysical tip, it really holds energy. And when you spread open wide for a man, not trying to be graphic, but when you open up and allow that man in, and it's like the vampire, when he comes a knocking, it's up to you to say yes or no. And if you let him in, just pray it's a good vampire. That's all I'm saying. Do your research. Make sure, because heterosexual women, we love men. We like them. A lot of them look good, but we can't take that attraction and be careless with it. Okay? Guys like Future, and some girls think Future is ugly. I think his personality is hideous. He's an arrogant and an asshole. I don't know him personally, so it's just my assumption based on articles I read on him, seeing him, hearing his conversation, the way that he tried to undermine Sierra. I remember when he was doing an interview with this guy, and he even, I can't stand a guy that talk too much and talking about all their sexual business, talking about how she made him pray right after they had sex. He was trying to down her stock. Fortunately, it didn't work. And the beautiful person that she was inside and out, she was able to find a male that was worthy of her womb and her sexual energy and what she brought to the table, and she is in a happy relationship right now. But this type of man, he wants to lower you as a woman. Okay, we have to be aware of these men that are coming from this type of space. Again, I'm not saying it's every last individual cat out here, but it's far too many, and a lot of them look good to us and are attractive. Like Future. I think Future is a handsome man. Like I was saying before, some girls think he is ugly. So I've heard girls say he's through. But I don't think so. I think he's physically an attractive man, but mentally and emotionally he's fucked up. And why do you want a fucked up incubus dumping his physical contents into you? I know that sounds gross, but it's real. And And like this little troll right here, just having sex with all kind of women. And I can think of a lot of dudes in the hip hop industry. Let's look at some more. Look at him. Drake. Let me get his picture. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Drake. He's another one. He's not the finest dude in the world, but he's attractive, especially since he's gotten older, with the beard, you know, the smooth skin. Physically, he's not an ugly guy physically, but Drake seemed like he be on some type of abusive type of energy when he's dealing with women, and he likes to play them. I remember when he was dating Rihanna, I guess, off and on, how he had slick shit to say, like, you know, and this is the thing that a lot of these cats do. Oh, that's why I fucked your girl, you know. That's to lower your stock as a woman, to let it be known that you let him dump his contents into you. And I believe he was mad at Chris Brown at the time, where they was kind of low-key beefing over Rihanna. And let's face it, Rihanna is a beautiful woman, and she's also one that has, in her own right, some very seductive, enchantress, a succubus type of energy. So I guess she was on par with the likes of a Drake, but at the same time, as far as, like, you know, pound for pound, the power that they yield over the opposite sex, but I never heard Rihanna really talking slick about her male counterparts. Let me pull a picture of her up. And Erykah Badu is another one. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna pull up pictures of them. Hold on. Okay, y'all. Like I was saying before, here's a picture of Rihanna. You could tell. In a lot of cases, you can tell in the face, the energy, how the person is, and me being a very intuitive person, you can see the energy and how they, like, captivate their audience. So we can see why a man like Drake or any other red-blooded male would be attracted to the likes of a Rihanna. Very beautiful woman. And like I said, she has similar energy to her male counterparts, as far as, like, compelling them to basically, you know, do her bidding. A lot of times these girls with cat eyes, people associate them to having that very succubus type of energy. And the cat is a magical creature. I love kittens and cats. Just adopted one this past summer. But here's another woman with a magical essence that men seem not to be able to resist. And I've heard, not to be crude, but I've heard cats say, you know, Erykah Badu, she got that voodoo pussy. And that's because these women are able to use their magnetism and their female essence to capture the attention that they want from men, and actually exert, or should I say exert, extreme influence in their lives. You know, it's always been rumored that Erykah Badu has been that type of chick. But when a person is kind of on an abusive tip, like some of these rappers, where's his picture again? Where did I have it? Yeah, like the likes of Drake, it's very problematic. And again, listen, I'm one that likes a lot of Drake's music, So don't even get it twisted. Like, I'm trying to hate on him as an artist. I really like his music, but these guys, they'll tell on themselves. Like in this song that's popular now, by Drake, it's called Nonstop. I peeped this lyric when I was listening to it the other day, and several times while I've heard, I've listened to it, and it's a bomb beat. It's a song that's easy for anybody to like, especially if you like, bass and hip hop music and things of that nature. But like right here it says, yeah, I'm light skinned, but I'm still a dark nigga. I'm a wig splitter. I'm a tall figure. I'm an unforgiving, wild ass dog nigga. Something wrong's with them. Got 'em all bitter. I'm a bill printer. I'm a grave digger. Yeah, I am what I am. I don't have no time for no misunderstandings again. So he's basically telling you, like, bitch, don't even get it twisted. I'm telling you what's good. They say the narcissist will tell you is what he or she is. It's up for you to read between the lines and to listen and not just see and hear what you want to see. So again, this is demonic energy. He's even telling you, because we associate in a lot of cases dark as the opposite of light. Now, sometimes dark energy can be conceived as a good phenomenon, because its darkness actually is bigger than light energy when you're talking about, like, in a metaphysical sense. However, when we're talking about good versus evil, this is a play on words. I forget that word that they use in hip hop, where it's just like a metaphor, and it can be taken different ways. Oh God, what was that word called? But I don't have time to think about it. But he's not just saying I'm light skinned, but I'm a dark nigga at heart. Like, I'm dark skinned at heart. No, I'm dark in my essence, as in I'm no good for you. Okay, he's even telling you here, just like we talked about the demons when we looked it up in the encyclopedia article, how it messes with the mind of the person that the demon is attacking. He's telling you here, I'm a wig splitter. Remember I told you about the narcissist, how they want to make you small and make you their submissive. He's telling you here, I'm a tall figure. Like, bitch, I'm bigger than you. Don't get it twisted. And then this part really trips me out. He say it so smooth in the rap, it's like you would totally ignore it. But he's telling you here, I got them all bitter. And ain't that the point that a lot of these cats be making in these songs? How they got these women just, eat your heart out, bitch. That's why you still love me and I don't want you. Yeah. Pay attention to that, ladies. Pay attention. It's very important that you be very selective in the choices of the males that you decide to mate with. And most of us are heterosexual, but I would even, give that warning to someone that is even homosexual and you're looking for a romantic love. You need to pair with somebody that's not going to just take your essence and abuse it. Now, as human beings, we all exchange energy, from one to the other, and it's sort of like a symbiotic relationship. It should be reciprocal. But if you have someone that's just taking your money, taking your time, taking your mental energy, taking your mental ideas, using your patience against you, using your body. When I say sexually, you're not a sexual partner, you're more like a human dildo, actually. And I know that sounds horrible. It sounds horrible, but I've actually seen some renowned narcissist experts and actually renowned narcissists themselves say that when they have sex, even if they act as if they're really into the person, it's an act For real. It's really an act, and what they're doing is trying to get you all into them so that they can use your body as a human dildo. You know, a human masturbator. They're not into you for the spiritual act of sexual intercourse itself, and connecting with you and bonding with you in a special and deep and meaningful way. No, you're just a person, one of their quote unquote fans, that are just infatuated with them, that they can use to get their rocks off. Okay? Ladies, again, be careful. Don't be hypnotized with those men with those pretty faces and those smooth and kind words. A lot of times it's a hustle, you know. And we can just go through a laundry list of entertainers that are known, and the laundry list is huge. The laundry list is very huge. This is another one. Oh, I can't stand Offset. Cardi B is starting to get on my nerves too, but I was, you know, very tolerant with her because she seemed like the down to earth hood girl that, you know, has some difficult phases in her life, but she overcame, and that's a whole nother show. But her dude, this is another one that's making babies all over the place, and now, you know, it must be said that he is a millionaire and can take care of basically any baby that he has, at least at this point, financially speaking. But mentally and spiritually, no, he can't take care of all these a bunch of kids all over the place, like a man would be able to do if all the kids were under one roof. But he's another one that's just like serving dick from one place to the next. Here's another guy. What's that song by Kodak Black where he's in the video with Lil Wayne? Not Lil Wayne, but Chris Brown. And they're at a swimming pool. Let me find those lyrics real quick before I end this video. Hold on. Okay, the song that I was speaking about, y'all, is that song with Chris Brown, Pills and Automobiles. And he has what's the guy name? I just talked about him. Oh, Kodak Black, and the other cat, forget his name. But anyway, and the verses in the song are very narcissistic and arrogant as hell, which is the nature of a lot of hip hop and R&B songs. But some lyrics, you know, just kind of stand out to me. Like, let's see this part here. Like he's making promises. If you ever want to fuck, can I be the one you call? If you want to be a star, I could tell you what it costs. See the promises, and you better. I'm your master, bitch, because I know you want what I promised to give you. I was gonna put you on. I was gonna change your life, but I don't want to break your heart. Yeah, right. It's like a tantalizing carrot inside, in front of the face. Like, I was gonna put you on. But you know, you didn't ride this dick right. But and then here's Kodak Black part right here. You keep hanging around me, baby, you gonna start talking like me. Got my own lingo, I can change your whole ego. I be swimming in the morning, baby, whoosh, torpedo. I ain't like these rapper niggas, that they is not my stilo. I'ma call you back, I'm with my niggas shooting CeeLo. I might change my old ways for you, baby. I could change your whole wave, now you wavy. Now you glamorous, I'm out of your element. I'm too reckless for you, girl, it's evident. He's telling you what time it is. Like, wasn't it Angela what was her name? Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou. She said, when a person tells you who they are, believe them, believe them. He's saying, I'm not like these other rappers, like I'm way better than them, and fucking with me, I'm gonna change your whole little ego. Like, I'm gonna just have your mind so, have you turned inside out, outside of yourself, you ain't even gonna know who you are anymore. And he tells you, I'm too reckless for you, girl. It's evident. That's the narcissist. That's the vampire. Many of them don't want you to catch a clue, but their superior attitude, the way they go about their lives, they think you're so dumb and so naive that even if they did tell you, you'll be too dumb to catch on. Okay? And again, like I said, this is very heavy. This energy is very heavy in the entertainment industry, in the lyrics, and the bomb-ass beats. I mean, Jay-Z is another serious narcissist. Oh my God, don't even get me started with Biggie Smalls. And back to Jay-Z, his narcissistic energy. That's not to say Beyonce is a little baby and she doesn't know what she's doing dealing with this dude. She's a grown-ass woman. But like I said in a prior video about her, he captured her when she was very young, which is also a tactic that abusers use. They go for the young because they can actually mold them into the image that they want. We'll be getting back to that in just a minute. I gotta take a real quick break and end this video for interlude. Just a moment. Okay, y'all, back to what I was saying about Jay-Z. Real quick, not staying on him too long, but he got her young at a very impressionable age. She was not a child. She was a full-grown adult woman, but she was still young and childlike, as far as experience compared to himself. She was like, what, 19 when she started messing with Jay-Z? And so, like I said before, you can form the mind when you mess with somebody like really young, and they can very well affect the outcome. And I'm sure he was trying to really seriously tap into her sexual consciousness to try to get him hooked on her. And speaking of trying to get someone hooked on you, I'm going back to those lyrics of Pills and Automobiles. I just caught something. I read you guys some of the lyrics, but look at the hook right here. Baby, 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 bye-bye, baby, just trying to change your life, baby. I'm just trying to change your life. I'm just trying to change your life. Again, he said, I'll change your whole sauce, make you a little more spicy, yeah. Now you're dealing with a boss. I might treat you rightly, nah. Ain't that the vampire, the narc? No more Macy jewelry, baby. Now you dripping icy, ay. You keep hanging around me, baby. You'll start talking like me. So he's virtually warning you about how he's going to change your world upside down. And the incubus, he's trying to make you incubate his very essence, just like you would do a baby. But even if he doesn't manage to get you pregnant, at the very least, he's going to incubate you, make you incubate his essence and his energy. Okay, so again, be very careful with that. And I was just going down a laundry list of entertainers who have this, and that lyric I just read you is from Kodak Black, which is this idiot right here. We talked about Jay-Z, Biggie Smalls. He, behind the scenes, was one to break down the girl. We see the transformation that and the effect that he had on Lil' Kim. He's very abusive, but he was also very sexually charged. Because I'm looking at this dude like, ew, ew, ew. Not trying to, you know, throw too much shade and flame on somebody. And my nose is so stopped up right now. All of a sudden, it just, my allergies are acting up. So if I sound like Daffy Duck, that's the reason. All of a sudden. But this cat, he would break down his women. And before you know it, they you know, many of them have stories of abuse, but I'm sure that the reason why many of them stuck around is because of the sexual energy and that hypnotism that he had. Ugly as he is, again, no shade, but if a person, even if they're not like outstandingly attractive, if they have the right energy, they can break you down if you don't have the appropriate guards up. Okay. And this one right here, 50 Cent, especially back like in the early 2000s, this mug was dropping all kind of heat and sexually charged lyrics that sound so good. It's one to this day that I really enjoy. Hold on one second. I'm taking a swig and some allergy medicine. Okay, it's a song that he has called Do You Think About Me? Let me pull up the lyrics to that one real quick so y'all can see. This is by 50 Cent. Hold on. Okay, I found the lyrics by 50 Cent. This song, I'm gonna place a link at the bottom of this video when I finally upload this video. But the music, yo, it sounds so good. And this is a song from like the early 2000s. But here he's telling you, like right here, he says, I'm the boss Bentley or the Porsche. Overseas, see jet skis slide across. I love the way you dress. Now take it off. Put your legs high on my shoulders, of course. I'm racing through your mind, but you already lost. Right there. You already lost. You let the wrong dude in between your legs, ladies. He's going to insert his essence into you. And if you don't have the right protections dealing with a cat like this, he's going to take over. It's a takeover. I'm telling you, it's a takeover. I'm not trying to make you paranoid. I'm not trying to make you not enjoy sex with the guy that you like and that you enjoy and that you love and care about. But be careful of the ones that are in it to take from you. Like I said, to a lot of these individuals, you are just an instrument for them to feel even more superior, and you're just like a pretty orgasmic tool to make them get their rocks off. They don't see you as being on par with them, equal to them, somebody that they want to share and exchange loving energy between the two of you. They want to dominate and make you lost. And if you're a lost person, home girl, you're not going to be able to achieve anymore. You're going to be behind things that you want to take care of. Look at Vivica Fox. She was one of the prettiest women in entertainment as far as like black actresses were concerned. But if you look at her now, she looks like a Muppet or something. No shade, Vivica. If you hear this, lady, I still think you're pretty, but I see like it seems like she's had too much cosmetic surgery. And when she's interviewed a lot of times and she's talking about her history as far as like in the entertainment business, 50 Cent is like on the drop of like she drops him and he just falls out of her mouth years later. For those of you who know, when did she date that fool? Like 15 years ago? It was many years ago, and he still just rolls off her tongue. And he got her that way through the sexual transactions. Okay, so it's very important to not let someone rule you in that way. They try to train women that it's our role to be ruled and to be subjugated. We're not supposed to have any autonomy over our minds, but not only just our minds, but also our bodies. And that's not true. Ladies, I'm here to tell you that you are the master of your own ship and you are in control. That's not to say that you can't share and be giving and reciprocal and loving to your male partner, but do not let him just totally subjugate you like you some damn slave without a mind of your own. If you allow that, that's on a demonic frequency. It's like what's that song, or not the song, but that movie about the body snatchers? It's a body snatch. You're no longer yourself, okay? And the demons of all demons, let me pull that fool right here. This fool right here. Need I say more? He's a demon that likes children, and because they're easy to manipulate, and for him to have control over, he's an abusive man, okay? But the thing with R. Kelly, what fuels his ship is the women that he would not even spit on if they was on fire, the older women that provide him so much fuel and sexual energy that he's able to keep it going with his monstrous low-level vibrational energy to abuse the helpless and the naive and the innocent. This dude's so slick with it. He's using old hoes. And I don't mean that to just be doggish and you know, I just talk crazy sometimes. So you have to excuse me, y'all. I use a lot of slang, cuss words at times, depending on how I'm trying to get my point across. But this dude is using old hoes energy with these desperate, sex-deprived women, throwing their raggedy grandma panties at him. He gets off on that. That swells his head so big, even though he don't want to have sex with none of them because he's not attracted to them. But he uses that energy to fuel him so he can be extra cunning, extra manipulative, and more harmful to those that he wants to impose his sexual will on. And these women are giving it to him freely given to this vampire. He's a demonic, wicked person. And the incubus and the succubus always have pretty much been described as such. Now, if they have willing participants that not only they want to have sex with, but the women, the grown women, no children, but the grown women also want to have sex with. Let me see if I can make this picture bigger. This thing is so ugly. This is that little troll in Chile that I mentioned before, that people call the Traco, the demon that goes after virgins and young and middle-aged women to impregnate them. But unless you have willing partners that willingly want to just want to acquiesce and give of themselves to you in exchange with you, then the energy is abusive. So let me cut this video short. I can probably talk about it in another video. We can break it down even more so. But the vagina, I'm telling you, it's a trap door. It's a trap door. And these male sexual predators The men that are sexual predators, they know that once they get inside of there, they're virtually trapped in there forever. Some people say 7 years, 10 years before you can get the spirit energy of a man up out of you. But for a weak-willed woman that does not try to ascend and find her higher self, it could be a lifelong journey of pain where you just can't get rid of these dudes that you've allowed to conquer you in this way. So that was just my words for this video. Tell me what you guys think. Have you encountered someone that you think that was trying to dominate you sexually and not for the good, not trying to reciprocate and just be, exchange some good, loving and sexual energy, but was actually trying to take over you and abuse you on a covert tip, just kind of make you their low-key, just make you their sex slave? Or have you witnessed other women? And this is very, very common in the Black community. I will say this because we sexualize, not me personally, but the community allows the sexualization of its children very, very, very early. So it's this loophole and this rip in the security blanket for the child where the predator, the incubus, can get through. Okay? And so it leaves our children very, very vulnerable, and then they become weak-willed women that male predators can dominate. Now this can happen to male children as well, by incubuses and succubus, incubi, succubi. But we're talking about the female-male dynamic here. So, watch your children. Let them see you be strong and strong-willed with boundaries. Okay.